Hunger Games, Mortal Kombat Edition. The Reaping. District 1, Liu Kang, Kitana. District 2, Scorpion, Harumi. District 3, Sub-Zero, Serena. District 4, Reptile, Ashra. District 5, Melina, Tanya. District 6, Ermac, Sindel. District 7, Johnny Cage, Sonya Blade. District 8, Takeda, Cassie Cage. District 9, Kung Lao, Scarlet. District 10, Raiden, Jade. District 11, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi. District 12, Smoke, Li Mei. The Bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Jade runs away from the cornucopia. Liu Kang falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Quan Chi runs away from the cornucopia. Sonya Blade grabs a sword. Scorpion gathers as much food as he can. Raiden finds a bow, some arrows and a quiver. Sub-Zero runs away from the cornucopia. Reptile sets an explosive off, killing Johnny Cage. Takeda runs away from the cornucopia. Scarlet stays at the cornucopia for resources. Li Mei runs away from the cornucopia. Melina accidentally steps on a landmine. Sindel, Serena, Shang Tsung and Ashra share everything they gathered before running. Tanya runs away from the cornucopia. Cassie Cage grabs a jar of fishing bait while Smoke gets fishing gear. Ermac runs away from the cornucopia. Harumi runs away from the cornucopia. Kitana runs away from the cornucopia. Kung Lao runs away from the cornucopia. Day 1. Raiden begs for Cassie Cage to kill him. She refuses, keeping Raiden alive. Reptile discovers a river. Tanya receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Sindel collects fruit from a tree. Kitana searches for firewood. Scarlet stalks Kung Lao. Scorpion questions his sanity. Ashra shoots an arrow into Shang Tsung's head. Sub-Zero steals from Smoke while he isn't looking. Quan Chi searches for firewood. Jade bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Serena attacks Harumi, but she manages to escape. Takeda questions his sanity. Sonya Blade constructs a shack. Ermac practices his archery. Li Mei practices her archery. Fallen Tributes 1. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Melina, Shang Tsung, Jade. Night 1. Sub-Zero climbs a tree to rest. Li Mei lets Serena into her shelter. Tanya, Raiden, Takeda and Reptile sleep in shifts. Scorpion and Sindel run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Kung Lao tends to his wounds. Scarlet sees a fire, but stays hidden. Ermac thinks about home. Sonya Blade, Quan Chi and Smoke get into a fight. Quan Chi triumphantly kills them both. Cassie Cage tends to her wounds. Ashra receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Harumi and Kitana talk about the tributes still alive. Day 2. Ashra begs for Harumi to kill her. She refuses, keeping Ashra alive. Kitana runs away from Quan Chi. Scorpion, Takeda, Sub-Zero and Kung Lao raid Sindel's camp while she is hunting. Li Mei, Tanya and Serena start fighting, but Tanya runs away as Li Mei kills Serena. Ermac repeatedly stabs Raiden to death with Sayus. Reptile severely injures Cassie Cage, but puts her out of her misery. Scarlet injures herself. Fallen Tributes 2. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Sonya Blade, Smoke, Serena, Raiden, Cassie Cage. Night 2. Harumi sets up camp for the night. Li Mei and Sub-Zero huddle for warmth. Kung Lao, Quan Chi and Reptile sleep in shifts. Scarlet, Ermac and Tanya cheerfully sing songs together. Sindel is awoken by nightmares. Scorpion and Ashra sleep in shifts. Kitana receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Takeda goes to sleep. Day 3. Scorpion picks flowers. Kitana practices her archery. Tanya stalks Sub-Zero. Harumi goes hunting. Ashura stabs Sindel in the back with a trident. Scarlet tries to spear fish with a trident.
Li Mei chases Reptile.
Takeda begs for Quan Chi to kill him. He refuses, keeping Takeda alive. Kung Lao picks flowers. Ermac searches for firewood. Fallen tributes 3. One cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Sindel. Night 3. Ashura and Scarlet sleep in shifts. Kung Lao tries to treat his infection. Kitana tends to her wounds. Scorpion is awoken by nightmares. Sub-Zero, Harumi and Ermac discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Reptile thinks about winning. Li Mei, Takeda and Tanya discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Quan Chi dies from an infection. Day 4. Takeda convinces Scarlet to not kill him, only to kill her instead. Sub-Zero, Harumi and Li Mei hunt for other tributes. Reptile, Kung Lao, Scorpion and Ashura track down and kill Kitana. Ermac sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate. Tanya fishes. Arena event. Wolf mutts are let loose in the arena. Ashura survives. Reptile survives. Harumi survives. Scorpion knocks Sub-Zero out and leaves him for the wolf mutts. Kung Lao survives. Li Mei survives. Ermac is eaten by wolf mutts. Takeda survives. Tanya survives. Fallen tributes 4. 5 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Quan Chi, Scarlet, Kitana, Sub-Zero, Ermac. Night 4. Li Mei cooks her food before putting her fire out. Kung Lao, Scorpion and Ashura sleep in shifts. Takeda receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Harumi cooks her food before putting her fire out. Reptile thinks about winning. Tanya receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons and memoirs from the tributes' families. Takeda and Scorpion get into a fight over raw meat, but Takeda gives up and runs away. Ashura throws a knife into Tanya's head. Harumi decides not to go to the feast. Reptile decides not to go to the feast. Kung Lao gathers as much food into a bag as he can before fleeing. Li Mei bleeds out due to untreated injuries. Day 5. Scorpion steals from Harumi while she isn't looking. Reptile tries to sleep through the entire day. Kung Lao makes a wooden spear. Ashura diverts Takeda's attention and runs away. Fallen tributes 5. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance.
Tanya, Li Mei.
Night 5. Scorpion and Harumi huddle for warmth. Reptile is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Kung Lao unknowingly eats toxic berries. Ashura falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Takeda dies from hunger. Day 6. Reptile collects fruit from a tree. Scorpion and Harumi hunt for other tributes. Fallen tributes 6. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Kung Lao, Ashura, Takeda. Night 6. Harumi and Reptile tell stories about themselves to each other. Scorpion starts a fire. Day 7. Harumi stalks Reptile. Scorpion receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Fallen tributes 7. No cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Night 7. Harumi strangles Reptile after engaging in a fist fight. Scorpion falls into a pit and dies. The winner is Harumi from District 2.